Yo, John Fitch here. John Fitch knows nothing, and I hope you guys are ready to talk some fights and other stuff because I'm well rested. I had a good vacation. I didn't even know it was kind of unplanned, not unplanned vacation. I planned the vacation back to Indiana. I had a little road trip. I did my annual road trip where I take the kids and the woman and the dog back 2,200 miles back into my old stomping grounds in the Fort Wayne area. And that was planned. But as I started going on the trip, I kind of just started using my phone for my Spotify playlists for music and driving and map. And I didn't really open any other app or tool or anything else because I was mostly just driving. I didn't have time to like sit and scroll or post anything. So I ended up I took the whole time off of the internet and it was fabulous. I highly recommend everybody just don't look at your emails, don't open any apps, don't just put your phone up for like the day. Maybe use it for your alarm. And then once you're awake, just plug it in and put it off to the side. Because I was up at my parents' lake, and that's what I would do. I would get up, and then once they woke me up in the morning, I would go and plug it in under the TV where the outlet thingy was, and I would go outside, and I'd touch grass all like 2 whole weeks with grass in my toes and mud and dirt, and sometimes goose poop. And I think there was like free range cattle poop at one place we were at because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of poop. Either that or there are many Sasquatch in the area, and I did not see them firsthand. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Yeah, it was a great trip. If you guys don't get out and travel much of the country, you're missing out a little bit. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. I've explored quite a bit of that Highway 80 over the last 3 years. There's still more stuff to do. There's a lot of places we just pulled off the road. I was like, let's look at this place on my Maps app, and found a place to camp. We got rained on pretty bad for a little bit, but we used the dog's tether to tie down the tent while we waited it out in the car. Yep, that was nice. So we kind of got soaked a little bit, but then the rain stopped, and then we were able to finish setting up the camp and go down to another place and go swimming because we were wet anyway. So it's good times, very good times. But camping on a lot of those parks is crazy because they still have other people pretty close to you. There's usually some kind of person there checking to see if you're paying or whatever, even if you're out in the middle of nowhere. And then they got bathrooms, yeah, which is kind of nice when you're traveling. And this one particularly had showers. We didn't utilize the showers, so I don't know why. I guess because we went swimming. Yeah, we went through Reno. We went up to Stockton. Is it Stockton? What's it called? Right? Capital. Up to Reno. I taught in Reno. Stayed on the 80 all the way back through Chicago, Indiana. And then I taught some places in Fort Wayne. Went down to Lafayette, taught my buddy Mo's place, Rhinos. Excuse me. Had an awesome turnout there. The Fort Wrestling facility in Fort Wayne had a lot of great kids show up. We went through that together like in 2 weeks. It was pretty cool. But it was there's some kind of critter running across the roof. Ooh. But that was it was a great trip. It was really good. I enjoyed myself. I got to see a lot of people. I got to teach a lot, and I should have a lot of material to edit and put up on Gumroad, right? So that people can check out what was being taught and check out the seminars, even though they couldn't be there themselves. In case you guys haven't, if you guys don't know, I do have a Gumroad page. All right, you see where I have a lot of different programs available for you to learn things from seminars, little self-defense, some kids basic wrestling, some wrestling for jiu-jitsu. I got some strength stuff for MMA, jiu-jitsu, hand fighting seminar, meal plan, fit your neck, because I've had a lot of neck problems and I've had to deal with my neck a lot of natural ways. I give you guys the blueprint of what I did to keep being able to fight and not have surgery or retire early. I'm still getting work done on my neck though. Resistance band course. Got it all right here, right? So go. I'll put it up everywhere because I never really do this. I never put them up, and I need to. But yeah, check it out, guys. It'd be also a great way to support the show. All right. The Peaceful Penguin, good to see you too. Rob's neighbor, how you doing? All right, so there's that. Fights. Let's get into the fights. What did you think about the fights this week? I've been out of the loop for a while, so maybe I've missed some crazy stuff that I don't even know about. I honestly don't know. I heard today somewhere that Tony Ferguson just got beat by somebody. I don't know. I don't know who. I was so unplugged. I was deep in the woods, guys. I was deep in the woods. I felt really good to be deep in the woods. I can't lie. Cannot lie at all. I'm a little out of the loop. But these fights were good at bare knuckle. At least the ones I was able to pay a lot of attention to, because it was in the United Kingdom. They had to have tea between every round. A spot of tea and crumpet. But they, bare knuckles. And England is supposed to be where it started, isn't it? Isn't this where the gypsies created bare knuckle boxing? Isn't this where boxing was birthed? Aren't they the people who claim it? So this should be the peak of the sport, right? Location. First fight that I really was able to see was a Nevin Omer fight. And I watched some of the fights before, but I didn't pay tons of attention to it, and they're a little bit slow. I thought like at least maybe it wasn't the prelim fights so much as the first like 3 or 4 fights before the Nevin Omer fight. But they seemed a little bit tentative. It wasn't as bad as the Mexico fights, but it was a little bit like that. Like they weren't really like coming after it. They were doing too much boxing, too much point sparring, rather than trying to get that guy out of there, fun though. Not quite on that Mexico level. That was pretty bad, but in the ballpark. But these fights, the last fights, last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights, last 5 fights, I'd say they delivered pretty good. Nevin Omer. Oh, Omer or Omir. I don't know how you say that. 2 knockdowns. All right, unanimous decision. Could not put him away. So that was a little bit off. I don't know. Nevin maybe looked like he got a little bit tired and was afraid he was going to gas himself if he pushed too hard for that finish. But I felt like he had plenty of opportunities to like really sit down, turn it up, let it go, and get Omer out of there. But maybe that was the back of his head. He opened up a few times, and Omer was tough and could take it, and he was still there. And he's like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to punch myself out and get Homer Simpson." Remember that Homer Simpson where he just got punched a bunch of times. The other guy got tired and fell over. That stuff happens, man. It can happen in real life. Real life imitates art, and art imitates real life. Or is it the other way around? James Y says Michael Chesia, real naked choke. What was that? Was that a big fight he had in the last couple of weeks that I missed? Who was that against? Oh, against Tony Ferguson. Was that a mercy killing? He didn't want to give him a concussion and knock him out, so he just took him down and choked him. He's a good dude. Who else? But yeah, Nevin gets the decision. He a couple knockdowns, was snapping his head back a lot. It just could have poured it on a little bit more. I think when he had him hurt, snaps his head back, sit down, change the angles, throw some hard punches. Maybe go to the body a little bit. He looked good though. Just I could do more output, I think. Brown and Boardman. Brown was a giant 6'5". Boardman did a good job of moving around. I think Brown wasn't good at getting hit in the body because he started slowing down and he wasn't very good offensively. And he's 6-0 now. 4th round TKO. Liverpool's Lee Brown. Dropped him twice in the contest. Stopped 47 seconds into the 4th stanza. Yeah. Boardman looked good. Steady pressure. Nothing super fancy. Brown was much taller, longer, but could not find his mark, could not find his range. He wasn't able to land very many good punches. And I really think the deciding factor was the body work. I think his body was soft. And as Boardman connected to the body, he really started shutting down offensively. That's what I saw. I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Fire guy, still drinking 2 16-ounce glasses of water. Nice. Good for you. Staying healthy. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Where we at? We got 4 thumbs ups. Come on, guys. Hit the thumbs ups. If you're watching, hit the thumbs ups. I'm not as still on the just the 2 16-ounce glasses because my output for water output isn't the same from my exercises, but I still do get up and drink water. I usually try to keep a glass of water by the bed, so when I get up, I can drink it. Most nights, not every night. Sometimes I forget, and I regret it in the morning because I got cotton mouth, and cotton mouth is the worst. Next fight, Cook, Shaw, and Shaw got cooked. All right. Connor Cook is now 4-1 in bare knuckle. First round knockout over Shaw, who is from Bridgewater, England. Stoppage was 134 of the opening frame. Shaw is now 6-1. Bit of a journeyman type record, but anything can happen in the bare knuckles, it seems. I don't think you can write out anybody, so who knows? He puts a streak of fights together. But yeah, Coke, it looked like he maybe just hits hard because he wasn't landing anything like super unnatural or super crazy. He landed, but I wouldn't even say it was that clean. And I still can't tell if he landed like a jab and then a right hand over the ear, and they're making a big deal of his right hand over there, and I can't tell if that's really what hurt him and knocked him out, or if it was the jab. Because some guys sometimes bare knuckle guys just they get hit and then 2 seconds later like you know what, and they take a knee. Maybe it was one of those things. Maybe it wasn't so much the grazing knuckle past the ear or behind the ear that got him as it was that boom stiff jab and a delayed drop. I don't know. I'm not convinced on that right hand. Unless he does really have some kind of freakish power. All right. Co-main event. Chip Chase and Brandon. Chip Chase is a little explosive guy. Came out hard and fast. First round. Right. 3 knockdowns and upped his record to 3-0. Wow. 3 knockdowns. First round. Brandon is now 2-3. Which means he was 1-3 going, or what? No, 2-2. Never mind. Third is a fine matchup. Whatever. Chip Chase looked really good. Good head movement, threw hard punches, sat in the pocket. Just overwhelmed Bindon the whole time. There wasn't much he could do. Main event. Tierney, Graham. I can't remember if I've seen Graham fight before, but definitely seen Tierney fight a number of times. And he is definitely solid. And this was the inaugural Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, United Kingdom Welterweight Championship. Oh, wow. Okay, so it was a championship also? Or it's the United Kingdom Welterweight. Okay, so they created a new title. It's not the world title. It's the United Kingdom Welterweight title. Is there an American title? Is there an American title? I'm wondering. I'm not aware. Or if that's just the world title. Why does he need a United Kingdom title? Is he going to start doing an American title? But boxing has too many titles, right? It was a pretty good fight. Back and forth. I think Tierney was getting the better of it. But I do feel that these guys were. No, I don't want to use that language. I want to say playing it safe. No, I'm not playing it safe. We're not playing it safe when you're bare knuckles. They were not pulling the trigger sometimes and not following through sometimes when I think they could have. Maybe too much respect for each other there. I don't know. Maybe could have pulled the trigger a little bit more. But bare knuckles, as always, fun, exciting fights. And if you're not watching, you are definitely missing out. You're missing out. You're missing out on some great combat sports. All right, guys. All right. What's next? Okay. UFC. Did you guys watch UFC? I kept seeing on my timeline coming back that people were not happy with this UFC announced card. They were protesting and saying not to watch it or the press shouldn't report on it, which I thought was funny. But what did I see? I saw Denez and Williams. I came in late, so I didn't see the beginning of whatever. But it sounded like Denez was ahead or slightly ahead, at least the first 2 rounds, and landing some leg kicks. And Williams resorted to takedowns and ground and pound the rest of the 3rd round, but not enough to win. So that's kind of what I saw, but I didn't see the first part of that fight. Then we get into Kazama. Kazama was a stud. That was maybe my favorite fight of the night because he came out hard and fast. He was trying to get the finish right away with his grappling and submissions, and ground and pound, got smacked, got thwacked with a big hard punch, got knocked to his back, stayed in the fight, kept working, found his way to the sub, and it was beautiful, man. Absolutely fantastic. Gutierrez and Lee, back and forth. It was kind of exhausting. But Lee looked pretty good. He looked all right, you know. Gutierrez always kind of, he's a dog and he kind of makes every fight ugly. And Quang did his best, but he just was, I don't know. That was close. It was a close fight. Maybe you guys think that was a good decision? So I'm wondering. I'm thinking back. Sometimes I'm old. My brain is slow sometimes, and I want to think back that maybe this fight was closer than I'm thinking. Maybe Quang put up a better fight than I remember. You remember, babe? You remember Gutierrez and Quang?
Yeah.
Do you remember that fight?
Yeah. Was it? Won.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Gutierrez, see? So maybe that fight was closer than maybe other people thought the same.
That's the contender guy, right?
He's 8-1 now, so he was undefeated going in. So maybe he was a contender guy. I don't know. Is he a contender guy? Anybody know? Contender series guy. Contender series. That's now the new way. They're getting new talent to sign away their future for cheap because they're selling an opportunity for low money rather than your rank and notoriety making you valuable in the promoter fighting other promoters for you and to represent you and pay you a bunch. Now you're fighting against other athletes for the low ball amount, and you're competing against other people to get to that low ball amount. You're waiting in line to play a game show. It's so messed up. Messed up, guys. Make sure you hit the like, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like. All right? Don't forget. Who else we got? Danny Barlow and Beretnikov. Both these guys, I feel have a lot of potential, but they're not. I don't know. They weren't pulling the trigger. Same thing. I feel like they both could have had a lot more output with each other. Barlow is very athletic, very fast. If he would just trust that speed to get to the angles, I think he would have a lot of success beating guys up. Whether he wants to push them into the fence, hit them, kick them in the leg, whatever he want to do, he get it done. But I don't know. Some of these guys, they're just out here sparring. I think they're just trading blows. Your turn, now my turn. Now your turn, now my turn. Co-main. I'm sorry, Damon Jackson. No, he won actually. But Damon Jackson. Oh no, he didn't actually. Sorry. So I'm sorry, Damon Jackson. Chape Mariscal is for you. That was a crazy fight, right? That was a crazy fight. That was a decision, but that was both these guys, man. They were both trying to go out on a shield, and they were fighting hard for positions. I love these fights. These are the fights I love. There's a good stand up. They fought each other in the fence, transitioning, switching around all over the place, top, bottom. That's MMA. That's how I see MMA, and it was great. It was a great fight. But Shepe with the win. And then Taburia and Spivak, the big man mountains, squared off for the second time. Spivak was saying, don't worry about the first time because so much time has passed. I am different polar bear now. He's a different polar bear, guys. That's what he said. And he showed it. He kind of got taken down. He got kind of put in a bad position. We're kind of like, oh, this might be a rough one for him. And then Tabuya tripoded up. And that's one of the things you don't want to do is to like let your hips come up like a A-frame when you're in your opponent's guard. It's bad, right? Because you have no pressure on his hips, which means his hips can move, right? So he did that. He A-framed, his ass came up in the air, and then Spivak pivoted, turned 90 degrees, collected the elbow, was able to roll through by grabbing the leg, swept him, and finished on his side. And it's pretty fantastic. It was pretty fantastic. It was smooth, really smooth for a big guy to catch that. But come on, Taburia, come on. It's blue belt stuff, bro. It's blue belt stuff, bro. Come on. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. Okay. That's those. That's the fights there that I saw. I had an awesome time. I really did have an awesome time back in Indiana. Everybody who I saw, you're cool. I taught at some really cool places. And I hope to have those videos up in the next year. I still got stuff from last year I'm not done with, but I'll put a little more focus on it. All right. And get that for you. And then anybody who is interested in seminars, who wants a workshop small group, private lessons. Reach out on my Instagram DMs or Twitter or email at Fitch at johnfitch.net. Team Fitch at johnfitch.net. Right? And we'll get it worked out. You guys worked out. Especially if I can drive there. It's drivable. And I can do it on a Thursday or a Friday. Right? NorCal, Central Cal. I might be able to get down to SoCal. I should probably get down to San Diego if I had to. If I had to teach on a Thursday or a Friday and then get back by Saturday, I could do that. I think that would work. Stephen Bradley Jones says, yeah, Contender Series is one more way to feed the monster that is the promotion. Yep. Gets hopeful young guys signed at a very low price rather than fighting up the ranks, earning a rank. Let's say you beat somebody that gets you ranked 17th in your weight class in the world. Well, now you're a prospect. Now you should be fighting guys higher ranked than you, and you should be making more money rather than you selling yourself cheaper. Being the lowest bidder gets the spot. Lowest bidder gets the spot. Let's look. 305. We'll see here what's going on. Early prelims, 305. This is August 17th. Correct? Yeah, all righty. Coming up next week, 17th, 3:30 is the where I'm at anyways, left coast time. Who we got? Nicole Eigler, Rick Glenn, and Keenan Nolan Reyes. You guys getting excited yet? Jack Jenkins, Herbert Burns, Casey O'Neill, Luana Santos, Joshua Culibao, Ricardo Ramos, Walter Whitaker, Junior Tafa, Walter Walker. Okay. Main card. Li Jingliang, Carlos Prates, welterweight. Okay, that's interesting. Tai Tuivasa and Jairzinho Rosenstruik. Haven't Tuivasa and Rosenstruik fought already? They run out of guys to fight and they should be making guys fight or something. I feel like that fight happened once. Matthias Gamrot and Dan Hooker fighting lightweight. Okay. Gamrot 24-2, 1 contest. Hooker is 23-12. All right. Kai Kara France, Steve Usyk. Did East Usyk win the championship or did he lost, huh? Kaya France, he's got a lot of fights, but he's also had a lot of losses. 11 losses. Usyk is 12-2. A lot less wear and tear. A lot less wear and tear on Steve Usyk going into the fight, I think. But Cara Franca is dynamic, exciting to watch. Ursic's just he's kind of a lot of fun because he's calm, collected, does good stuff in there. And then the main fight, trying to find out who's a true African. Dricus Duplessis or Israel Adesanya. Right? South Africans prize Dricus, who beat Strickland. Where Strickland thinks he did not lose. he will be fighting Adesanya. What do you guys think of this fight? What do you guys think of this matchup? Who do you guys think? Who do you think wins and why? Who do you think wins and why? Pat Yo with a super chat. Thank you very much. He said Fitch is back. LFG. Ooh. Right. So, who's gonna win it? I don't know, because Israel Adesanya, he's got some kind of magic power that has worked on everybody except Pereira. Okay. And that is he makes them and Pereira and Strickland. I'm sorry, Strickland. And that is he makes them play this Russian game where they don't ever try to make him throw first. They don't ever try to make him miss. They just like rush. I don't know. I feel like it's like a rush in. Whitaker was doing it. He was rushing in. A lot of the guys who fought Adesanya were rushing in like that. Where I don't think Pereira or Strickland did that. I think they waited in and confronted the punches, slipped them, blocked them, and then countered. And I think that pressure works way better on Adesanya. But I don't know if Dricus will do that or be able to mimic that, And I'm not even saying he has to do it in a striking fashion. He just has to be able to do it in a way where it's similar to he can get to the hips and wrestle him, take him down, or put him in the fence, beat up in the fence. I don't know if he can do that. I don't know if Dricus Duplessis has that good of wrestling. I don't know if he can do that or not. So that's what the decision maker is going to be. Can Duplessis use pressure the way that Strickland used pressure, and use pressure the way that Pereira used pressure to back Israel up? Or will he chase him around and then rush in and get tagged up like a lot of other guys did when they fought him? And then Israel. Is Israel going to do the run away, counter, run away, counter until he catches you? Or is he going to use his size, his skill, his knees to pressure his opponent? Because I think Israel does have that ability where he could pressure his opponent and make them make mistakes and make them pay for it. But I think, I don't know, he runs a lot. He runs a lot. Stays away. Just stays away. Just running away from the gay, maybe. Steve lost. Who lost? Steve lost. Oh, yeah. Steve lost. Ursay lost his title fight. His first main event. Yeah, that was... It's kind of a weird fight to throw that guy into. I still think it's weird. All right, guys. What's up, dudes? What's everybody up to? Can we get some more likes on the thing? It says 13 of you goobers are watching and know the thumbs. What's up with the thumbs? You can't, you being a thumb Nazi? What's going on, man? You guys can thumb it up. It's still 4. Come on. Oh, now I see 15. That's much better. I feel accepted. I feel loved, guys. I lost a little bit of my hair. It's getting hot. I just I was rolling. I might do some more rolling. And it's kind of just falls out and it gets stuck in the thing. I don't know. I did the shave thing on the side, so it's like a big fat mohawk, basically, which is kind of great. Stephen Bradley Jones, do you think Aspinall will ever get to fight Jones? Probably not. Because this is one of the things, right? I've been figuring out is like they're all about the story, right? Because they're pro wrestling now. So the story of John Jones is more important than finding who's the best heavyweight in the world. Okay, hear me out. Okay, because if they make him wait to fight Stipe and he beats him, I've told the story before, right? He beats Stipe. Well, he beat the most winningest heavyweight ever. Oh my God. Wow. Now they got merch, they got video games, they got shoes, they got their Michael Jordan now, right? And they can keep selling that image and likeness, and they own it. They own it. Jones doesn't. His family doesn't own it, right? UFC owns it. So them having that story to tell in 20 years, 30 years, like we'll remember what happened. We'll remember there was this big gap. We'll remember that Aspinall should have fought, but they won't tell that story. And nobody will really be around to tell that story because it won't be profitable because UFC controls and owns everything. And our old asses will be like, hey, I remember what really happened. Like, okay, sure, Grandpa. Sure, Grandpa. But they'll just keep telling that story. And your kids will come home with a John Jones t-shirt on. The John Jones Just Say No to Drugs program. You're like, wait a minute, I know what happened. Sure, Grandpa. Listen to me. Grandpa needs his medicine. Pat, shaved his head. Yeah, it's fair. Stuck your face. Yep, it's just, I've been rolling a little bit and it's just getting kind of pulled. It's 3 years. I've had 3 years of long hair. It was fun. I did it. I have gorgeous, healthy hair. People hate it. They call me a girl because I had long hair. They said I was transitioning because I had long hair. It's the new insult now, isn't it? What are you in what are you transitioning? Somebody sent me some info saying that that's the new conspiracy theory, is that Andrew Tate now. Andrew Tate is a woman. He's a trans woman. So is he supposed to be a woman transitioning to a man? Is that what they're saying? So this woman beat up a bunch of dudes in ISK kickboxing. Vulcan says, John, you are a legend. Any tips for a starting fighter? Yeah, train really hard. Get some try to focus, depending on what age you are when you're starting, try to focus most of your attention on one thing first. All right. Don't just do all of it at one time, but that's your main focus. Put 70%, 75% of your time and energy into that one thing. And then have, something else be another thing you get into. You have jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. Those are pretty good to get started. And then after a while, start doing a little bit of wrestling. If you can find some wrestling. If you could do Muay Thai and wrestling, that'd be great. But it's hard to find wrestling, I understand, in some places. If you're in San Jose, you can come to Claudia Franca's Brilliant Jiu-Jitsu in San Jose, BJJ, and my class, 11 o'clock on Saturdays. We do an hour of technique and then 30 minutes of open mat where people can just wrestle, get after it, whatever rule set you want to wrestle by is fine. Folk style, freestyle, Greco, Jiu-Jitsu, Gi and No-Gi, all welcome. Pat, MMA and Olympics won't happen. So John Jones supports USA. Francis with Africa. Poor Uncle Danny gets no money. John just came back from Africa. Not quite. I was in Indiana. Indiana, guys. Specialty is boxing. Okay. See if we can find a little bit of wrestling, start learning some wrestling, and then learn some jiu-jitsu. But the focus of your jiu-jitsu, if you're going to do MMA, your focus of your jiu-jitsu at first should be how to get up, sweeps, and how to get back up to your feet. That's the biggest thing, right? Sweeps, how to get back up to your feet, how to turn your back position into wrestling to take them down and be on top, right? Then when you can consistently get up or get on top or sweep, then you can start learning submissions, right? And all the fancy things. Yeah, all right. So what else is up, guys? What else? Anything else? You guys anything else going on? No other real fights we can think of. Steve Lafayette in the chat over at Rockfriend. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for watching. Thanks for leaving a comment. Appreciate it. I got my beach muscle lifting today. Trying to get back into the groove of consistent training. Because I get a little fat, guys. I get a little fat. Took a couple pictures with my beautiful girlfriend, and I had a belly. I didn't like it. I got to up my game. I got to up my game. Bringing her down is not good. I got to get tight. Got to get tight. Got to do some cardio. Got to stay on the lifts. I got a little snack happy on the trip. It's all right though. It's acceptable. You're on vacation. You got to enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's not bad. Honestly, Vulcan saying you think judo is a good way too. I got great judo trainers here and thinking about going. Yes. If you got great judo trainers, and what I would focus on are like foot sweeps. Like get amazing. Let that be your specialty in judo is the foot sweeps. Because you're not going to learn the whole sport. You're probably not going to be able to put the time in to become a black belt in judo. I mean, you could if you want to. But if boxing's your base and you're a pretty good boxer, we'll put a lot of time and energy into the judo foot sweeps. Because then it's like collar grabs, collar ties, like get them moving, sweep the foot. You can punch them, foot sweep, all kinds of fun combinations. Right? If you want to see he's not a judo guy. Well, I mean, he's a wrestler who grew up doing judo. But Stephen Mako, look up Stephen Mako. He did some fights too when he trains fighters in Florida now too. Right? So Stephen Mako, look up him and his wrestling, right? His foot sweeps. Stephen Mako's foot sweeps on YouTube. He's one of the best to ever do it in college wrestling, that's for sure. But he had a judo background and he learned those foot sweeps from doing judo, and he incorporated them beautifully into wrestling and was able to give a lot of people a lot of problems. I can't remember. Was he All-American or national champ? I think he might have been national champ. Went to Iowa and Oklahoma State, I think. I don't know. All right, guys. I think it's time to roll. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Don't forget about the programs, guys. Yeah, programs galore on the Gum Road. Strength and fitness package, practical self-defense, Fitch SMASH strength, resistance band course, Fitch Your Neck, Indian Land MMA, public and private session, Fitch SMASH meal plan. Abs are made in the kitchen, folks. 12-minute bike course. The public seminar alone on Indian land. Private seminar in Indian land. In case you just want to piece those out. My turtle smashing seminar in Portland. Texarkana. A thread, a double leg to smash thread, and more, guys. There's plenty more. All kinds of goodness. Okay.